Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Stephen Horsford from Nevada 4. First, I want to commend you for your deliberative, cautious, intentional approach during this entire process that began back in 2019 formally to today. And I will just say, as a member of this committee, the oldest and only committee that's named in the Constitution, you know, we take our jobs seriously, and this vote tonight was not taken lightly. But we clearly have a lot of work to do to build back the IRS, which, as the chairman said, has been defunded for more than a decade by Republican cuts, which have undermined public servants' ability to do their job, to not only answer the phone and be responsive to our constituents, but also to conduct audits across every tax group, regardless of who they are, what position they hold. And this has never been about one person. This has been about the office of the presidency. And separate from every one of us that files our taxes and may go through an examination, under the mandatory review procedures of the IRS, it's clear that that was not done, and it was really a dormant program. And what that speaks to is the fact that really we have a two-tiered tax system where working people are held to one standard and the very rich and the well-connected are held to a different standard. And I believe that the work of this committee, not only today, but in the investments that were made in the Inflation Reduction Act, are about ensuring that we have a fair and equitable system. We've had hearings not only on the mandatory audit program, but on the earned income tax credit auditing process, among other areas in our committee's jurisdiction. And so I just want to again thank you, Mr. Chairman, my colleagues. This is something that each one of us came to this process with a commitment to make sure that we got it right and that we focused on the policy and not a person, on the office of the presidency, and not on the politics. And so we achieved that today, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank you again for giving me this opportunity to serve on the committee.
Thanks, Steve. 3 tax filings. Steve?
May I elaborate?
Oh, by all means. Yeah.
I just want to say on 2 fronts. You know, it's the lowest of the income brackets that are audited 5 times more than those that are at the highest. That is by policy and practice over a long period of time that our chairman and this committee and our majority have worked to improve. The other part is because of the dismantling of funding to the IRS, they have not been able to do their job. So while I am upset that they didn't do this mandatory audit as they are required to do, it was included in the reports from our committee and the Joint Committee on Tax, where it was indicated they didn't have the specialized staff to do it for that high income category, not just this person, but people who fall into that category. And our chairman and our committee have been talking about this, and that is why we advocated for those additional resources so that they could do their job, so that the people at the lowest end of the economic spectrum aren't the target because of earned income tax credit and an unequal system, but that we have a more fair and equitable system across every income category.
Mr. Chairman, did you find, or are you in possession of any documents